Doing? Arbanaka here, just relaxing today. Um, well, I'm gonna be heading to Texas and stuff like that, so I figured I might as well just I was working on a video, but I'm not gonna have the chance to post it today, so I might as well do a quick live. Anyway, so last night I was checking out Big J's live stream, right? Was it last night or was it like 2 nights ago? I don't remember exactly when. But anyway, so he was having a live stream and he was talking about this whole conservatives conservatives in the manosphere, in the black manosphere, and how you have all these guys that claim to be conservative. What up, dog? What's going on, my dude? You have many of these guys that claim to be conservative, but they don't have any conservative value. To which I kind of agree with that, because what sort of conservative that actually are not, pro family? Or, I mean, you might claim to be pro family and whatnot, but you doing things that are actually that would actually be detriment to building any family, right? So, and it's the same issue that I have with a lot of movements, right? With a lot of movements, groups, or whatever the case may be, which is why I'm very aware and very skeptical to anything. Like I tend to take a little bit and pieces of everything that I found that is interesting, right? For instance, right, the whole red pill movement. A lot of things that they say that I agree with. About 50% of what they say I agree with them, with the whole red pill movement. However, now you have those that would actually continuously use red pill rhetorics and just to actually win arguments, but they're not living by what they preach. Same thing with the MGTOW. MGTOW on paper, awesome movement. I got I got like friends and associate that to me, like, a lot of things about MGTOW is, a lot of thing about MGTOW is common sense. But you do have people that hide behind said movement, and when you take a look at them, you see their behavior. Their behavior is not what MGTOW stands for, and then therefore you have all these idiots that climb into this movement, and they actually make it something toxic, something that is not worth even follow anymore. So that's everything corrupts. Everything corrupts, and now this whole conservatism and all that stuff is the same thing. You have a lot of people that's jumping in the bandwagon because some conservative talking point may say what they want to hear. They are anti-social justice warrior, anti-feminism, anti-this, anti-that, and then they're looking at it and be like, well, I'm anti-feminism too. I'm anti-social justice warrior too. So you know what? I guess I'm a conservative. Well, you got like 3, 4 baby mamas. You're not raising, any family and stuff like that. You out here blaming chicks for whatever your downfall was and stuff like that. And so then, therefore, are you really a conservative? Are you really actually protecting the household? Are you even the head of the household? And that's what Big J was talking about. You have way too many people that hide behind labels. They hide behind groups, but they're not putting anything that they claim they believe in into practice. Yes, a lot of these broads ain't crap. I agree with you. Then stop messing around with them. Oh no, you can't do that. It's not my fault they spread their cheeks. Sorry, Siri, I'm gonna holler at you later. And yeah, so and that is very disturbing. And what is conservatism? I don't know. I can't really give you the definition of what conservatism is. I mean, but I can tell you what I stand for. And some of it might be a bit liberish, some of it might be a bit conservative. You know? I'm pro life, but I believe a woman should actually have the right to kill their offspring. Not because I think like I'm freaking not because I'm like heartless or anything like that, but I'm looking at it like, well, do you believe some of these women should actually be having kids or be raising these kids to that's actually gonna rob you on later? You know, every time, you get, let's say you get robbed or you get carjacked or you get, like, jumped on, or you do some effed up stuff. These are the consequences of bad parenting. So if these people that for sure shouldn't be having kids, and then they're actually procreating and then creating, like, these little bastards that's gonna do more harm to the society than good. If they want to abort their kids, then yeah, a lot of you more on YouTube and stuff like that should have been aborted. So in that sense, I got no issue with abortions. So, but am I pro-life? Yeah, I'm pro-life. But if you want to go ahead and do what you got to do, go ahead. You know, and no, my gripe with conservative on that is that you guys focus on so much on kids, that you guys focus so much on kids in general, but not focusing enough on your own kids to actually install your value upon your own offspring, your children. So then now you are allowing them to be indoctrinated in these ideology, and by the time it's too late, you so busy focusing on, like, um, pro life, pro life, pro life, but your kids are actually being taught by people that are against it. They are spending more time with those folks that are pro abortions. And then you wondering, oh my God, I can't believe my little daughter becomes a little bit of communist. Well, duh, because you're not paying attention to your own kids. You know, so that's my perspective on that. Defund the police or don't defund the police. I don't really care too much about that, because I see the police is like they're only there to do the bidding of whoever's in power. And that is a hard pill to swallow. A lot of conservatives have to learn about that, because once they once dams got into place and everything like that, and then the cops was whooping their butt. you know so do I care about whether the police is defunded or not? No, I'm just not gonna live around a neighborhood where police are being defunded. That's it. These places can just go to hell. I don't care about that. What else? Yes, I'm pro family, I'm pro marriage. I believe the man is the head of the household, and I'm gonna do what I can to actually keep my family together and all that stuff. And so I can understand why the certain laws in the book actually needs changes. But we can talk about all these things. But at the end of the day, a lot of people that's claiming to have that conservative label are not doing anything to actually progress this conservative value. I have a say, right? Be the change that you want to see in the world. A lot of people want the world to change, but they want to remain the same, and to me that never makes sense. So you want to have less slut, then don't be a slut maker. But what about these guys? They're doing it. So what? Let them do it. Have your own value. Have your own moral system. You know, no one is defunding the police. The Democrats did the exact opposite and increased the funding. Oh yeah, I know, man. I know. It's like the same thing with it's listen, dude. It's very. I was checking out. Um, I was checking out Reddit earlier, right? And then this lady that she said that she's having some issue with her husband because her husband is more on the conservative side, and she's not. And now she feels like there's this huge detach. And before they used to just agree to disagree, but now they can't seem to actually have any sort of communication, because sometimes it will, like, bring up some political stuff. And I'm like, what, I bet you she probably, like, during the whole she was probably like just a normie, it's the type of chick or type of person that never really was interested in politics, none of that stuff. And then because the TV tell them to be involved in these things, right? So then they become very proactive on something they never understood, right? Probably was nagging her husband the whole time about how bad Orange Man was and all that stuff. And then now Orange Man's out of office, she's probably the same one complaining about, like, gas prices, all this other stuff that's going wrong. And then the husband's probably reminding her all the time, like, who you voted for. right? And then she probably don't like that. It's kind of similar when my sister, she works in the healthcare industry, and at first she didn't want to take the poke, right? And then but she was forced to do it, otherwise she would be without a job. And she was complaining to me about that. I just looked at her and I'm like, don't look at me. I wasn't doing that. Voted for this idiot. She gave me that. She gave me that biggest. Sorry, I had to yeah, my girl called me like twice, so it must be something going on. All right, but anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna get going. But this is my point. Big J, I agree with you. A lot of these guys that's claiming this conservative label, that's all it is. They're just claiming to be something. But at the end of the day, do they actually live by any of those values? No, they don't. They're very liberal with what they do while claiming to be conservative. So now it's like it begs the question: are they conservative for conservatism's sake, or are they conservative? Democrat reversed Trump's policies and defunded black colleges instead. Yes, I heard about that. Yes. Oh my God. I heard about that. And now the whole vax mandate and mask mandate are being used to actually openly discriminate against black people in New York and all these other places and stuff like that. And it's just it's fun as hell watching these things fall apart. But these idiots gonna leave these places and then go back to where we don't have those fooleries, and actually they're gonna turn it into the same thing that they were escaping from. So it's madness all over the place, man. It's madness, But that's why a lot of time I don't, I try to make sure that me and my family were straight in my circle, and try to constantly like help them when I can, and help them help themselves whenever they can. But at the end of the day, man, it's individuals' choices. I always see it like sometimes when you get obstacles, and if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. And if you're able to actually go over to these obstacles and learn from those experiences, you know, you might actually end up making better decisions in life. But anyway, I gotta get going, guys. So, Mighty here. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it, Doug. All right, I'm gonna see you guys later. Peace. Boom, 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 boom. Yes.